Charlie here with 3 Click Fitness. Today we're going to talk about barbell conventional deadlift. Conventional deadlift, that just means that my feet are inside my hands when I'm doing the actual reps. So what muscles are we working when we're doing this exercise? We got our quads because we're getting a little bit of knee extension, small amount of hamstrings, not a lot. And then we got our glutes, all about that big booty life, am I right? And then also we're working our core and our spinal erectors too, because we're trying to fight to keep that core rigid throughout the movement. So as far as setting up, first thing you'll notice, my shoes. These shoes are not ideal for deadlift because they got a squishy bottom and an elevated heel. The squishy bottom offers less stability, and when the weights get heavy, they kind of mush out. And also the elevated heel, that can pitch you forward. Think like a Chuck Taylor, something with a hard, flat bottom. That's kind of ideal. Some people like wrestling shoes. So when I'm setting up, some people say I got kind of a frog stance with my deadlift because my feet are so narrow, but that's just where it's comfortable for me. It's all about comfortability. Feet pitch slightly out, makes it easier to open up the hips, puts less strain on the low back when you're picking it up. Easier to get that full range of motion at the bottom. For me, I like to get tight before I grab the bar, and I do that. Roll my shoulders up and back to engage the lats. Pull my hips forward. Get a big breath in, diaphragm breath, meaning my shoulders aren't moving up when I breathe. Lock it in, come down, opening up the hips, lock the shoulders back, drive straight up. My weight is in my midfoot, and that bar is moving in a straight path on the way up. So if I turn just a little bit, you can see it better. So at the bottom, my shins are almost vertical too. So that means the bar won't hit my shins as I come up. Again, locking the shoulders back toward the hip, big breath, and right up. Another thing you'll notice, if I turn, is that at the bottom, my arms are almost straight down from my shoulders, because if I go wider with my feet, then my legs get in the way of my hands, and it's less comfortable. You're fighting yourself. This stuff's hard enough. Why fight gravity and your body? So, some common things with deadlift that people worry about. If I'm bent over, isn't that going to hurt my back? No, because there's a big difference between grabbing the bar like this and pulling versus here. Also with that is people tend to, the big mistake I see with new deadlifters is that they try to initiate the deadlift from this position, almost like a clean, and it's more of a squat than a deadlift. With that, like I said, if you try to forcefully move up, you're gonna hit your shins, and it's just not very biomechanically efficient. It's more of a hip hinging movement. That's how your glutes are working, driving through that midfoot all the way to the top. And you don't want to overextend because that can lead low back problems. And also you might tip over. All right, thanks for watching.